Welcome everybody to the X Factor podcast. Today we have a great episode coming to you here in my office. Um a lot of stuff went happen over the weekend. I know I'm a little bit late for all this, but give me time to think, see, get the reports, read the reports, and get my full opinion out. Um and we're talking about a lot of stuff that happened on Friday Night SmackDown last week. Um and we're gonna get right into right into it because a lot that needs to get talked about. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns segment. That whole segment. First off, there's two problems that I have with it, with the whole segment in general. But I'll get to that here in a little bit. Um, Roman comes out. I'm gonna get into what was this whole segment was just everyone, it made everyone look stupid except for Roman and The Rock. Um, made Rock look like a douchebag. But first off, Roman comes out. He instantly buries Seth Rollins. He buries the world title. Pretty much says it means nothing when every world title should mean something. And Seth has done so much with that world title. He's done more with it than what Roman Reigns could do in the last 2 years with the title. Um, so those were the first things that were the start. Pretty much burying Seth in the world title like it means nothing. Which, if you're on the Raw side, you should take that as an offensive thing because that's the title that you should be going after. And if we're going by that logic, Damian Priest should just cash in on Roman too while we're at it. Second, Cody Rhodes comes out. He wins the Rumble. And he comes out and looks like he's gonna fight him at WrestleMania. And then he goes, he wants to take everything from him. Roman Reigns said in a promo against Brock Lesnar a couple years ago where he owns the fans, the table, the camera, the commentary. He owns it all. And Cody Rhodes says he wants to take it all from him. And he says it's not at WrestleMania. Okay, well, is he challenging him at Elimination Chamber, SummerSlam, whatever. Next thing you know, he talked to Council and The Rock comes out. And, well, the crowd freaked out. They were going nuts. Which, it looks like it's a good reaction. Until the crowd realized what really is going on. What really is happening. And, well, on Monday Night Raw, they turned on The Rock. And they said they had the Rocky Sucks chance in the start. They had it during Shinsuke's match, which, if you don't hear them, it's because they were muted. If you look on the internet, there was a bunch of Rocky Sucks chants during Shinsuke's and Cody's match. It was just muted. Which I don't understand why they would mute it now, even though it happened at the start. And none of this was planned, by the way, with the chants and everything. So, now, we don't know what's going to happen, but I'll give you my take on this whole thing. First, Rock gets part of the board and all that for TKO. Okay, fine, cool, whatever. Proceeds to, in the contract, apparently, that he was supposed to get a match against Roman Reigns. I don't know if it meant this year, next year, whatever, but he's gonna get it. And and it was supposed to be Roman and Cody Rhodes and Seth and Punk at Mania. They had the report come out. Then reportedly The Rock said he wanted to come out and he wants to save WrestleMania. Well, I'm sorry. He's not saving WrestleMania. He just made it to where not many people want to watch that main event. Nobody in Philadelphia, and this is the worst part. When Rock and Roman first had their first little thing back in 2015, the crowd hated it, and they were in Philadelphia. They're gonna be in front of almost 50-some thousand fans in Philadelphia at a WrestleMania, knowing that you could have had Cody Rhodes and Roman. Yes, we could have had Rock and Roman, but we could have had Rock and Roman from 2015 all the way to 2022. Yes, I get people wanted that match. But guess what? Rock decided he wanted to wait all this time. Waited even through the pandemic. From 2019 to 2022 or early 2022. It was dog shit. WWE was dog shit. From 2019 to 2022. And they had to rely on people like Goldberg. They had to rely on people like John Cena. They had to rely on people like Brock, Roman, Edge, all that. That was a time where you could have had Roman and Rock and say, boom, there's your match. Even though it makes everything on WWE look shitty, but we still get the Rock and Roman. Boom, you could have had it during that time. Now, I'm going to get into this because I mentioned people said this during the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble wasn't as great because there wasn't as many surprises. Okay, well, we're in a time frame where we don't need veterans like Goldberg, Cena, and all them to come in and have a little big pop and then you just don't see them. We have stars that they're building. Triple H is building stars week by week by week, and there's no reason for any of them to really be on. I'm sorry, and I don't really want to hurt any fans' feelings here, but people, I get the Cena. He had his little run last year and all that, but I don't really think we need Cena to come out and have any WrestleMania matches or any of this. To come out, little do advertisement, sure, whatever, do that. There's no really need to, because you have all these other stars getting built up. You don't need to rely on guys like Cena or Rock, Goldberg, Brock. Even though we probably won't be seeing Brock anytime soon. And then another report came out, said that they did this to pretty much get people talking about this other than the Vince McMahon stuff, which they really did. But I'm pretty sure they were hoping for a positive response. It's not a positive response. It was a negative response. We've seen it on Monday. As of right now, the way this looks, it makes The Rock look like a douchebag and an asshole. Makes it look like that his ego is too big. You know, when Hogan and Rock, when they had their little passing the torch, I didn't think Hogan was going to give The Rock his ego as well, coming down to it. Rock has already ruined someone's main event in CM Punk almost 10 plus years ago. For no reason at all, just so you can have your dream match. And the thing is, The Rock and Roman doesn't need a title match. That's the problem with that too. They don't need a title match. You already have it right there. Two Samoans, The Rock, one of the greatest of all time, the Roman, who they say is the greatest of all time. Boom, you have your storyline right there. But the problem, one of the main problems is Cody Rhodes, they've been building this up for a whole year. And they really had me thinking that The Rock or Cody losing at WrestleMania was the right decision, because they had him go through Brock Lesnar all summer. By the way, fantastic rivalry. Fantastic. I loved every match. Even though the first one was a little bit disappointing, but the other ones, they came out and they showed out, okay? He came out, he had the stuff for the Judgment Day, he won a tag title match, and plus also got the face off with Roman. And I think Nick Aldis' first episode as SmackDown GM. They wouldn't do that for no reason. So it made me think that Cody losing at Mania was the right decision. But I will say this right now, and I will come back to this. On Thursday, when they have their little press conference, if they announce The Rock versus Roman, I will come back to say, Cody should have won that match. Cody should have won it. Because I don't think this is really much a Triple H to blame here. I think this has the more to blame to The Rock and TKO wanting to ruin this whole Vince McMahon stuff. And all you're doing is getting the fans angry. And it's really bullshit. And the one thing that really ticks me a little bit the most is The Rock says he needs to save WrestleMania. There's no one man in professional wrestling that can quote unquote save WrestleMania. No one ever. Hogan can't, Stone Cold can't, Shawn Michaels can't, Bret Hart can't, The Undertaker can't, hell, not even Andre can't. No, You could be the greatest of all time, and no one could save WrestleMania. You have a whole show, and not everyone's there to watch just the main event. Now, if you have Rock and Roman, everyone's gonna watch besides that main event on night 2. That's something to think about right there. But the whole segment on Friday, it buried Seth, buried the world title, which they ended up countering that on Monday, so that was good on their part, and made Cody look like a dumbass. And still is making Cody look like an idiot. Having him think on who he wants to face. Roman or Seth. It's the obvious answer. Cody Rhodes even said it in a press conference. He's the guy, and WrestleMania still happened last year. And I will say, Cody Rhodes is the guy. Not Roman Reigns, not Seth Rollins, not LA Knight, not Randy. Cody Rhodes is the guy. He is the John Cena of this generation. He is going to be the biggest star since Prime Cena. Well, and Roman as well. So, it's just the whole thing it's a fiasco, and I really don't think Triple H can really be much of a blame to it, because I really think it wasn't even under his control. I think The Rock going under him or over him into getting a WrestleMania spot is very selfish of him. Now, if there's any way where it might just tease the whole thing and have The Rock not be involved with Cody and Roman, have him be like a special guest referee or whatever, or a special enforcer, then we have a different opinion on this, because then we just got fucking worked out of hell. And I will definitely say I'm sorry, because that would be the biggest work and the biggest thing. They swerved us all on that one. But I do think their intentions were to get Roman versus Rock. I do think that was their intention, to say that. But after the crowd reactions, who knows what could happen. If it was a positive reaction, they probably would have never said nothing. But since how the crowd reacted, I bet you there was some people sitting there like, oh wait, maybe we should switch a couple things. And let's remind you, The Rock doesn't run creative. Triple H does. Triple H, he could put Rock versus Roman, but he can do anything with Cody and put him in there. And if it's a triple threat, it is going to ruin the whole rivalry between Roman Rock and Roman and Cody. But The Rock could also come out and say, I can wait until next year. And people could say, we can wait for Cody till next year. No, you cannot. There's no reason. What would be the reason for Cody to wait another year? What other adversity can he go through? Fucking face Omos for 3 months like he did with Brock? No. What is he going to do? Go after, beat Gunther for the IC title? Win the US Championship? It'd be nice, but we all know what he wants. He wants the title that his dad never held. The title that got ripped out of his father's hands at Madison Square Garden in 1977 versus Superstar Billy Graham. That is the title that he needs to go after. Now, as of from what happened on Raw, Cody Rhodes had a fantastic bull rope match with Shinsuke Nakamura, and Drew McIntyre took him out. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with it, but here is my speculation on it. My speculation is Cody puts his Royal Rumble spot versus Drew McIntyre on the line, because Drew, in the promo earlier on Raw, said that he pretty much implying that Cody should pick Roman so he can take Seth out. That's pretty much what he was trying to imply. So you have Drew versus Cody at Elimination Chamber for the Rumble spot. Cody loses to Drew, gets desperate, like Shawn Michaels did when didn't win the Rumble, and took Undertaker at Elimination Chamber, but he gets desperate and goes after Roman and Rock. And then, there you go, you got your WrestleMania 40 match. Now, it's not something everyone wants, but that's probably what could happen. If it doesn't involve Cody or Roman, Cody should have won last year. And if it's to involve a unification match, then what was the fucking point of bringing the world championship in the first place? 0 point. It would make Seth Rollins' title reign look like a fucking look like a 24/7 title reign. It's a very frustrating thing from fans, and I'm gonna get in with the fans too, because the fans should not be attacking other wrestlers for this whole situation. I get fans are mad, but going after The Rock's daughter, who had nothing to do with it, and all she's trying to do is help with NXT, not a good thing for you guys or for the fans of Cody Rhodes. And then going after Sammy and forcing him to delete a post, not a great thing to do as as fans. We're not. I get there's toxic fans, but this is getting a little overboard here. I get it. I want Cody and Roman too. Roman and Rock can wait until next year. And plus, if you wanted Rock and Roman, that would need fucking 6 months to build up, because neither one of them show up. First off. And a lot, with Rock and Roman having to do with going to next year, that my explanation for that is that they don't have the storyline built up like Cody and Roman did. Cody won the Rumble after tearing his pec 6-7 months before. He comes back, wins the Rumble, trying to finish his story. Boom, Roman beats him. Okay. You go right through the whole year. You have that stare down on SmackDown, which got everyone talking. And you have Cody look like an idiot on who she should face. At the Rumble, he pointed at Roman. Press conference, he mentioned Roman. And now we're going in the right direction, and it just all turned to the bad side, which is what should not happen. And yes, I get Punk getting hurt is wrong. It could be, a bad thing. But you still have Drew and Sammy right there for the world title. You still have that option right there. And either if Drew doesn't resign, then you have Damian Priest cash in at any point and screw him over. Damian Priest still holds that Money in the Bank briefcase, which they're not gonna have him doing against Roman, because it just make him look stupid. Because he's not gonna win it. As of for going at the world title, yes, go out to the world title. Him and Finn can have a little bit of a rivalry because Finn's jealous. Do whatever. But anything that doesn't involve Cody Rhodes or Roman is a waste of time in my eyes. It just wasted a whole year of story building. And Triple H knew that Triple H pretty much gave us that whole story throughout the whole year just to give us to this spot. And Rock comes in, overpowers him, overpowers Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes even, I believe I read in a report that Cody Rhodes even mentioned that the crowds could get feisty over this. Well, they did. And this is no yes movement type thing. This is WWE Creative got fucking stupid because The Rock decided his ego was bigger than everyone else. I'm sorry, I'm not there for that. I'm there for Cody Roman. That's all I'm really going for. As of for anything else, I don't think I got really anything else on the thing. It's just a frustrating situation from both Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. That's all I really want. That's what a lot of fans want. And apparently to YouTube, with the 400,000 dislikes, most disliked video of all time in WWE history, that tells you what should really happen. And Triple H, and they all say numbers don't lie. And Triple H also said a couple months ago, if the fans want it, give it to them. The fans want Cody versus Roman, give it to them. Rock and Roman can wait till next year. Until they have a story bigger than what Cody Rhodes has going on right now, all you're doing is just ruining Cody Rhodes' momentum and making him look like a dumb fucking idiot. That's all I got for y'all today. Stay blessed. NFL awards in my prediction, or my NFL awards will be out tomorrow. Um, I also watched NXT. I thought that was fucking great too. I'll get into those reviews later on. Um, y'all just stay blessed and have a wonderful week. And I'll talk about this after Thursday. So y'all stay blessed. Goodbye.